We're clearly in a postcard decor right now, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the reality of traveling the way we are traveling. My name is Leah, and my partner Quentin and I are traveling by motorcycle from the Arctic Ocean in Canada to Patagonia in Argentina. Our motto is to take our time. We spent the first year crossing North America, Canada, the United States and Mexico, before entering Central America, where we just spent 3 months in Guatemala. In the last episode, we left Guatemala and entered Belize.
We are in Belize.
And after spending a couple of weeks in the jungle, it's time for us to change scenery. And good morning. This morning we are in Belmopan, which is the capital of Belize. We stayed for a few days in tiny houses here to work. And now we're just packing up because it will be time to leave and go somewhere cool. We actually met another biker on the Pan American here, Patrick, who also has a YouTube channel of him the bike.
I really like those side bags.
What?
These? That's a nice classic look. I like.
Yeah.
They have found them, specially ordered them.
Oh, really?
It's a good. Yeah, it's where we keep our rain stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Very easy.
Take care.
I'm switching back to voiceover, guys. My microphone isn't working anymore. The rainy season has destroyed a lot of our electronic equipment. 2 microphones, a laptop, and we don't know it yet, but our intercoms are about to die as well. And we're not exactly in the part of the world where it's easiest to buy this kind of equipment. So anyway, I'll be chatting in voiceover. Belize is particularly known for its keys. These islands, in the middle of the Caribbean Sea, are a great place to live and explore the largest coral reef in the Northern Hemisphere. It sounds cool, but we can't take the motorcycles there. We would have to live then in Belize City, which we haven't heard many good things about. So we found an alternative, Hopkins, a small picturesque village on the coast, accessible by roads. And we just arrived on the Caribbean coast. We're gonna stay here for approximately a week to enjoy the place, probably dive. Quentin is actually just looking for the prices to dive here and work for a few days as well on Monday. But yeah, like look how nice it is. It's directly on the beach. It's cute. It's a big change from the jungle and the forest where we were just the last few weeks. So I'm very happy to be here. We are going for an ice cream. It is incredibly empty. I know this is low season because it's a rain season, but there is no one. I don't even know if we're gonna actually be able to dive because we need to be at least I think 4 or 6 for them to start a boat.
I wanna dive!
I don't know if that will happen. But it's pretty, and we have the Long Beach for ourselves. It's worth. So I think the last time I talked to you, we were going into town with 2 missions, getting ice cream and book some diving, and I stopped filming because we failed completely in these 2 missions. Hopkins here is a little fishing town which lives off of tourism a lot, but it's quite seasonal, and right now it's the low season because it rains quite a lot. But that means a lot of things are closed for the seasons, a lot of restaurants, a lot of ice cream shops, and we could have dived, but we would have to book the entire boat, which is absolutely not in our budget because there's not enough tourists to go and dive. And I think that was a good thing actually because I was expecting the Discovery dive to be a bit cheaper. It's actually almost $300 US dollars for a Discovery dive, so it was anyway way too expensive for me. And that makes me want to talk a little bit about the, how can I say that, the other side of the postcard, because we're clearly in a postcard decor right now. Everything is so beautiful, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the reality of traveling the way we are traveling. And like, disclaimer first, I am absolutely privileged, absolutely happy about all the choices I made. Being able to travel this way the world is a huge privilege because first I have a European passport which is super powerful, then I'm healthy, then I have I don't know, the education that brought me a open mind to have the curiosity to travel the world. So there's a lot of parameters that I'm like absolutely privileged, and that is like unquestionable. But this is also a lifestyle which comes with sacrifices, because I clearly chose to prioritize, I never know how to say that word, prioritize experiences over, to make a priority of experiences over a career. So clearly I'm 32 years old, I don't own anything, I don't have any savings at all, actually all money to Quentin because I couldn't buy my own motorcycle. So you see, it's a lot of insecurity, and it's a choice. I don't regret it. I'm not broke because life made me broke. I'm broke because I chose a lifestyle where money is the last of my priority. But that means if I have a health issue, a major mechanical issue, I'm fucked. So like right now in Belize, it's quite expensive for us for our usual budget. So we could pay the accommodation, but that's about it. And because it rains a lot, we're not camping. It rains quite heavy, too heavy to camp. So that does mean, yeah, like once we pay the accommodation, we cannot really afford to have a dinner out, to do some activities. So we just enjoy the place where we are. That's already huge because this place is amazing. I think that's our luxury. Our luxury is not what we own, but the time, because this lifetime offers the huge luxury to be rich of time. We are in no hurry. We have no time constraint except the visas, but that's it. And that is our luxury. And I think for me, this is more important than money, because I really believe that once in my deathbed, I don't know if that's an English expression, but like, I don't think I would remember what I own. I don't think that matters at that point, but what I've done, who I loved, and I think that's what is important, and that's what I try to make my life about. I just wanted to have a kind of a reality check, because I know that this lifetime's made a lot of people dream, and a lot of people think that we have the dream lifestyle and stuff, but just as a reminder, we're fucking broke all the time. Like, it's insane. We have it's hard to explain, but this insecurity is a constant kind of stress, even though we're used to it. And I know now that I can improvise quite well if I am in struggle, but I've never had a big struggle. So I just wanted to take time a little bit to talk about it, because in this video, for example, we spent 2 weeks on the Caribbean coast, and I don't have much to show you because we haven't done much. The truth is also I worked a little bit. I worked quite a lot. That is where I edited most of the big video from Canada to Mexico, the recap video I made. I spent a full week working on it, just on the edit, almost 9 hours a day. So that's also the reality. We are like in a postcard, but we have to work, because this is not holidays. This is just our life, and we have stuff to do. And talking about this work, for example, so far posting videos on YouTube cost me money, because I have the equipment, I have the different subscription and stuff. So, you know, like what I just called work is actually a hobby, because it's sorry, I think a mosquito was biting me. It's quite an expensive hobby, because I don't want to film on my phone. I don't want to film just on an old GoPro. So I have a camera, a good camera. I have equipment, because I want to, because I like that, because I like making videos. But like, yeah, we are extremely lucky to be here, to be able to have this trip, to have this life. But that comes with sacrifices, and there's the financial aspect of the sacrifices, but there's also the fact that, for example, I cannot afford to go visit my family in Europe and have and there's members of my family I haven't seen in years and years and years, and that is the biggest of all the sacrifices. For example, I have nieces that are very young, and it's very hard to be far from home, far from their life. It's yeah, they support me, they understand, because they know that this is what makes me happy, and they get that, and that is again a huge luck. So yeah, I just felt like sharing a little bit the other side of the postcard. I feel like you don't necessarily see it when you follow people on social media that have like a life made of travel. And I'm really not here to just complain about that. It's a choice I made, and I remake every single day, every single morning. I'm choosing to have this experience over having a career, over owning a house, garden, having a dog. This is a life choice, and I'm completely happy and aligned with it. Like every other single choice, it comes with sacrifices. If you choose to own a house, to have a credit, to have a career, you cannot have this kind of adventure, and that's a sacrifice as well. If you're having a kind of a normal life, you making sacrifices of all the other lives you could have had, if that makes sense. And same for me, in a way. We're all in the same boat with different life choices when we have the privilege to make choices, and that's important. Okay, it starts to be heavy, this camera. It's quite heavy on my forearm right now, so I'll stop talking now. I think I talked enough. And I'll show you a little bit more of the postcard. Good morning. This morning we are going in Placencia, which is a little bit more south than where we are right now in Hopkins, Belize. We wanted at first to spend a full week there, but we changed our plan for two reasons. First of all, it's super expensive, like super expensive. I think the cheapest accommodation we found was like $100 US per night, so way over our budget. And second reason is because we talked about it with some locals here who said that it wasn't our vibes. It's super touristic, plus with very little local culture, so not very interesting in terms of culture. But the road together look super cool. Let me show you. It's actually a road that is in a very thin piece of land, so you have the sea on both sides. It looks super cool. So we're doing it into a day trip, and I think that will be fun. So let's get ready. Well, in the end, the road is a bit disappointing. There aren't really any views from this road that look so sexy on the map. Everything is hidden by vegetation and especially by the numerous resorts. That sets the town a bit. Okay, let's go to the bush. Placencia is pretty, but we don't like the vibe at all. It's not very interesting, it's too touristy. Well, we had been warned. So we take the time to take a dip in the water, which is magnificent. We walk around a bit. Finally have my ice cream. Then we don't wait too long to return to our pretty little cabin on the beach. We had a visitor that evening, by the way.
Oh, look at that stretching.
Oh my god, babe. I'm not taking a shower. I can go in the shower. Imagine you have that in the shower. Wow, I kind of want to touch it though.
No, don't touch it. It's probably not venomous. I don't think it's venomous, but
What even is this?
I don't know. Go a little bit. Zoom in. Zoom in a little bit, so maybe they can. It looks.
Ah. want to see the other side. Though.
It is good.
Come.
Where's the other side?
I don't know. I see the other side. Oh my god.
Ah! Where is it even going?
I don't know where it's going, but I am not taking a shower during the night with that light bulb. Wow. Light it on, light it on.
Yeah, it's gonna stay there until we're going.
Thank you for watching this video. See you next Sunday for the next episode. Cheers.